So in the third video, we're going to go over biomechanics of racket sports in the lower extremity. And we're actually going to go over 5 different structures. The first one we're going to start with is the hip flexors. And we usually think of hip flexors as being part of the core, and which it is. We also look at the insertion into the leg. So that's why I'm starting with that. Mickey, would you lie on your side, please? Doing okay?
Oh, yes.
I have permission to get in there and work on the area?
Yes.
Good. Okay, so hip flexors. We're talking iliacus, iliopsoas. Arm right up here, like so. When I ask you to, I'm going to get you to bring both like that.
Okay.
Okay? Okay, now I'm just going to lock it off the back here a little bit. So I'll just get you to actually come over to the side here with the camera so you can see how I've actually stabilized the pelvis with my leg. You okay?
Yeah.
Okay, now take the leg back and the arm back at the same time. So if we were talking iliopsoas, looks like I'm actually going to go a little bit more center here. You okay?
Yeah.
Push up against my hand. Okay, that's where we need to be. Leg back. Good. So in racket sports, the iliopsoas is essential for hip flexion. Take it back. Put it back. And this is a movement that's integral to lunging for the ball and generating power during the strokes. So if you have a restriction in the iliopsoas, it's going to affect everything. Doing okay there?
Yep.
Good. Back. Okay, so in real life, I'd be working on both sides. I'm going to get you to turn towards me, please, so the camera can pitch. Give me the way to go on the other side now. So I'm going to move on to the gluteal muscle here. Okay, so I'm just going to, so we're talking glute max, glute medius, underneath there, the minimus. All these definitely have an effect. You okay?
Mm-hmm.
Stop talking now, so I'm getting worried. Okay, so this is essential for hip extension and external rotation. This is crucial for power generation during strokes. The gluteus medius and minimus, on the other hand, I'm just going to change the vector so I get a little bit more on those. Good. Contributes to hip abduction and internal rotation, aiding in lateral movements and stability. Doing okay?
Mm-hmm.
And this is vital for balance and positioning during a stroke. Okay, so let me just get a little bit of circumduction in here. You know what's going to happen.
Yep. Oh.
Good. Okay. Good. So if we start having a problem with the glutes, we're going to get a reduction in power. And this is definitely going to affect mobility, hip extension. You can also feel pain in the gluteal region or in the low back. And it will definitely alter your movement patterns, so it's going to alter your ability to perform certain actions. Good. Let's move on to the hamstring. I'll get you a line back here, please. What's the difference you felt as soon as I started moving it in direction?
So much deeper, but it almost feels like it's helping to notice the difference between the muscles. So the fibers almost feel different from the glute max to the glute med to the glute min.
Yeah.
And you can tell that you're kind of almost getting the glute max out of the way to get into the glute med, but you can feel the borders of everything, but you're kind of pushing it out of the way to get in deeper.
Right, and if you just go in linear directions, it's kind of like we're mushing it all together.
Kind of, yeah.
Okay, this way you can actually get the separation. So if we start talking about fascia and the connections between the different structures, we're trying to free that up. It's essential.
Yeah, 100%.
Okay. So let's go on the hamstrings here.
Yes.
Your all-time favorite.
Oh gosh.
Okay, good. So if we're talking hamstrings, we're talking about a muscle that's essential in racket sports for quick directional changes and for your ability to decelerate, essentially, and for stability. Okay, let's just, it's funny how when I go in here, the semimembranosus kind of comes up there. So what you were talking about when I said that you know, how it felt. I'm not sure the hamstrings, you can feel the difference when as soon as I start moving it.
Yeah, it's like you're just able to like move structures out of the way to get in deeper.
Yeah.
But it's almost a
So
natural way.
I can go medial here. Okay, I feel semimembranosus, then semitendinosus. And if I actually go a little bit lateral here, then I'm getting the biceps femoris. Yeah. You can actually feel the differences in there. So if we have a problem with the hamstrings, we're going to get a reduction in power and stability. It's going to affect mobility and stroke intensity. And of course you might feel pain in the posterior aspect of the thigh. You have a problem. It will also definitely affect the player's ability to reach for the balls and generate power through the stroke. Good. And once again, we would always work the other side. Doing okay?
Yeah.
Okay, let's move on to the quadriceps. I'm going to get you to have a seat here and bring your leg down to the side, please. Okay. Now, a few things here. You can do it like this. Take it back. Rectus femoris. You feel that a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Take it back. Okay. And as we have noted in the past, if we actually take the foot into internal rotation, we're going to increase the intensity on that. Okay. Now I'm going to get you to actually lie on your side. Let's do this a little bit differently. Put this up here. Stand up here. Okay. Now bring your leg here. Okay. Bring it in. Bring it in. All right. And back. Again, bring it in. Grab the leg there. Right.
Oh my gosh.
Okay. So, once again. Yeah. Take it out.
Way better than a foam roller.
Okay, there is no comparison.
There's no
Grab
comparison.
that. So now we got it into tension, and now I'm going to take it through here. So I'm going to go a little bit in supination pronation with my arm, taking it around. And once again, you can really feel those fibers, can't you? It's crazy.
Yeah.
Good. Okay, now I'm going to get you to lie on your side, face towards me. This one here, this one here. Take this up and out. Okay, so we wouldn't only be getting on the vastus medialis here, we'd be getting on a bit of the adductor magnus on here. Doing okay?
Yeah.
And as you can see, my hand is open, I'm not making a fist. I'm trying to get my hand flat so I get a broader surface contact. Good. And again, we would do both sides. If I start working my way down around the VMO, this is an amazing way of actually releasing restrictions in the VMO. You doing okay there?
Yeah.
Okay, so bring it out. And it's really subtle. Really subtle. But an incredible way to release it. Now, I'm going to get you to go face down, please. Now, last but not least, in the lower extremity, we need to get on the calf muscles. Okay. Doing okay there? When I'm working on Mickey's calves and she tells me she's doing okay, I really don't believe her.
You shouldn't.
Okay, yeah, there we go. Now let's just get a little bit of motion in there. So, even though I'm only going on the calves here, I would also consider if there was a major restriction here, but I'd probably check out the shins and I'd look at the tibialis anterior and the peroneals just to make sure we don't have a restriction there, because if we do, it's going to diminish the power of the calves. So we always have to consider the antagonists also. Doing okay?
Yep.
Good. All right, and anytime we get on the calves, we have to get the muscles underneath there. Tom, Dick, and Harry. Okay, come on up here, on your knees. So, flexor hallucis longus, flexor digitorum longus, and tibialis posterior. Okay, if I just kind of, in your case, yeah, you're just tight. But especially if I get over here, we start getting more towards the flexor hallucis longus. It actually goes over, crosses underneath the Achilles there. You okay? Right there. Okay. And like that. Good. Okay. So if I go like this, you feel that.
Mm-hmm.
If I go like this now, what's the difference? What? The difference is you can't talk. All right. But you can really feel how it starts to, like the muscle underneath there, it's like going, it's almost like taking it in a spiral.
Yeah.
And you start to feel it release and change, and it just changes the whole vector. Good. Okay, excellent. So, this was part 3 of the series. We went through the upper extremity, the core, lower extremity. This is information that will improve your performance substantially in all racket sports. It will also help you to prevent injuries. The little nuances you see on here, where I start getting in doing circumduction, this is critical. There's a lot of pin and stretch modalities, but they're doing well, and they're great techniques, but when you start changing it a little bit, it makes it so much more powerful. So check out the other videos.